Remington podcast, where we take a deep dive into all things ammunition. I'm your host, Audrey Mayes, and today we are at NRA 2024 in the Remington booth. I'm here with Director of Marketing, Joel Hodgdon, and we're going to talk all things 360 Buckhammer.
That's right. So at the NRA show for this weekend, and we came out with 360 Buckhammer about a year ago, Audrey, with a couple of core locked loads. Well, here at the show, we're showing off some brand new 360 Buckhammer offerings. We're coming out with a core lock tipped bullet on 360 Buckhammer, so safe for tube magazines and perfect for a lever gun. Then we have new core lock copper as well, coming in 360 Buckhammer. So hey, if you want to shoot that classic deadly mushroom in the woods, cup and core, shoot it. It'll kill plenty of deer. It'll work just fine.
Absolutely.
But, you're going on an elk hunt. You want a little better penetration, an all-copper option. Say you're in California, you have to hunt with all-copper. Just another good option. So, new Buckhammer ammo, and then at the show, we've got a couple of new Buckhammer guns, too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going back to that tipped version, that's what everyone is wanting right now, are those tipped. So, I mean, it was a good thing for us to make that.
It is, and a tipped version for a lever gun, right? A tipped bullet for a lever gun, it's not the same as, something like a more different centerfire rifle cartridge, like, say, 7 PRC or 7 Rem Mag, right, where you have those sleeker, longer, higher ballistic coefficient bullets.
Right.
A tipped offering for a lever gun, you're really concerned with making that bullet safe to feed in a tube mag, right? So, I've got a single shot rifle here in front of me. I know we've got a couple of Buckhammer lever guns down here as well. So, if you wouldn't mind holding that bad boy for me, thank you. That's a Henry X model, right? And in 360 Buckhammer. So the way those bullets are going to stack up in that tube mag, you want to make sure that you're not touching off a primer, having any kind of safety issue. And so if you want to shoot a tip bullet and you're shooting a lever gun, that core lock tipped offering is going to be a perfect one.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's a little different looking. Like you said, it's not pointed.
Right. So. It's kind of like a flat tip on the front of that thing, but still core lock tipped, right? It's kind of our new evolution, new updated version of the classic core locked. And, I tell folks, hey, if you're happy with your core locked offering, keep shooting it, right? You like your round nose, your pointed soft point. But if you want a tip bullet, core lock tip is there.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's got their own preferences. So.
You know it. All about it.
All right. Let's hit the new guns. What do you hold there?
So we came out with a new cartridge, and it's always tough. Kind of a chicken and the egg problem I like to talk about, right? You introduce a new cartridge. Well, we've got new ammo. You need guns. And so we launched 360 Buckhammer in partnership with Henry Rifles. They came out with a couple of really great models. They're H09 in a wood stock, as well as that synthetic stock that you were holding. Cool lever guns. But 360 Buckhammer, it's a SAMI accepted cartridge.
Right.
And what that means is that anybody who's making guns or ammo, for that matter, can go off and make 360 Buckhammer ammo or rifles. So, Henry has their lever guns. Well, this year at the show, Traditions, great company, came out with this break action single shot rifle, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, it's super cool. It looks really lightweight.
It is very sporty, very lightweight, perfect for like tight confines and deer blind, in my opinion. And with that muzzle brake on there, I mean, it's a little too light. Like you don't even really know you're shooting this thing.
Yeah.
So it's fun. Like the recoil is not even there. I think that's one advantage 360 Buckhammer has that doesn't get talked about a lot. I love my 4570, and I've shot some 400 Legend and other cartridges, 444, right? Kind of in that same ballpark. Well, it's a little much sometimes.
They kick like a mule.
They kick a lot. They
Yeah.
kick hard. And sometimes on a whitetail hunt, I mean, you just don't need all that.
Right.
Right? You might something that's still going to lay down that deer or hog or bear or whatever, but not be too much gun.
Yeah, especially for people who are recoil sensitive.
Recoil sensitive, like I mentioned, tighter confinement and deer blind. You want something like this. Youth, right? You're teaching your kid to hunt or shoot. You don't want something that's going to knock their socks off, right? First time they pull the trigger.
Yeah.
So it's fun to have something like 360 Buckhammer that's going to get the job done, but not be too much. 360 Buckhammer, a great cartridge. Here in this Traditions Outfitter, I believe it's their G3, they call it, model, a break open. And so really designed for those states like Indiana, Illinois, parts of Michigan, parts of Minnesota, where you have to hunt with a straight wall cartridge.
Right. I mean, even Arkansas now, you can hunt with, 360 Buckhammer was on the list for things you can hunt with during muzzleloader.
Right. That's exciting. Yeah, lots of states are moving from that traditional muzzleloader only season, right, to allowing, more of the modern inline muzzleloaders that are going to give you a little extra distance, or allowing straight wall cartridges, right? Like 350 Legend, 360 Buckhammer, and some others. And so, we're proud of Buckhammer, and these new Traditions single shots are a lot of fun. In fact, their president, Tom Hall, the owner of the company, he founded Traditions years and years ago Well, he just got back with a hunt with his daughter Allison from they're shooting gators.
Oh, wow.
I think in Florida with a 360 Buckhammer.
That is awesome.
And I'm telling him, I'm like, man, you might be the first person ever to shoot an alligator with a 360 Buckhammer.
Yeah.
So kind of fun.
No, that's a great story, and there's still options if you want a new gun that's maybe not a Henry, but you want a break open, or I'm sorry, a lever action, right?
Yeah,
so one right here.
we do another new gun in 360 Buckhammer. This is exciting to me. So the folks at Rossi make some nice lever guns as well, and so maybe you can't find that Henry or you want to try a different brand. Well, Rossi came out with their version of a 360 Buckhammer lever gun in their lineup here this year, and I have not shot this one yet. Full disclosure, because it's brand new, but it's exciting to see another lever gun out there shooting 360 Buckhammer.
Yeah, and I personally like the classic wood.
I do too. Yeah, it's a nice look. Looks like nice walnut, and they import these, right? But I think they make a lot of them in Georgia now too. So nice guns. Rossi makes some nice lever guns. For sure.
I mean, just a good option if maybe you're not a Henry person.
Yep. Seems like a little shorter barrel. Like, again, super sporting for deer blinds, just these nice iron sights on it. Looks like it's drilled and tapped, so it'd be pretty easy to throw on a pick rail, on mount an optic, or some classic Weaver rings, or whatever you want to do. So I think just another good option to have in 360 Buckhammer. And I don't want to give anything away, but if there's a company out there that makes the lever gun, they're probably going to have a version in 360 Buckhammer coming up soon. So
yeah, I mean, it really took the world by storm, 360 Buckhammer.
Yeah, it's always a little interesting as a manufacturer. You come up with something new and innovative, and you get out there to the market. And we're hunters and shooters, obviously, and we knew that people in Indiana were calling us up, people in Illinois calling us up, folks in these straight wall states wanted a round like this, and so we got it out there for them and listened to them. But you still never quite know how things are going to go. So it's been cool to see Buckhammer so accepted and kind of growing.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, people have shot everything apparently, like gators. What did Craig Boddington shoot with one?
Oh man, I mean, he shot a couple of really nice whitetail. He shot a black bear. I mean, 360 Buckhammer's gone to Africa, right, and shot some impala and some plains game and things like that down there. And so anywhere you take a 30-30, 35 Remington, right, I think you can take a Buckhammer and do just fine. Yeah,
I mean, again, taking the world by storm and hitting every market out there. Stuff that we didn't even guess that it would go.
Yeah,
Who knew that we'd be shooting gators?
One lady shot a turkey, right? Yeah. And that's very Texas.
That's very
it's not
Texas.
How I grew up shooting turkeys in Kansas or Missouri, but hey, you can do it. Go shoot it. So
yeah, so we're making huge strides. It's gonna remain, I think, a big player.
It is, and new cartridges come and go, and sometimes it can feel like there's a lot of new stuff to keep up with in the industry, which is exciting, right? And as a gun guy, as a shooter, I mean, I'm always pumped to see something new come out and try it out and test it. And, some guys will come up and say, oh, well, I love my 30-30, or I love my 35 Remington, or I love my 50 Legend. Why do I need to switch? And I say, switch. Go buy another one and put it in your safe, right? Like
exactly.
You can have more than one. So
be a collector.
Yeah. My wife doesn't always appreciate that line of thinking, right? But sometimes you throw it in the basement and don't tell anybody.
You can never have too much. And if you have a partner that maybe doesn't like it, they don't even know.
They don't need to know about it. Nope. Slush fun. So, no, and I think we designed 360 Buckhammer to really be for that straight wall hunter, right? To be for those folks that have to shoot one of these cartridges by law, and there's very, very specific requirements around. Hey, it's got to be, the case has to be less than 1.8 inches long. The capacity of the case has to be such and such. The bullet diameter has to be such and such. And so we designed this cartridge to really work for that. And there really wasn't anything else out there that, hey, I have to shoot a straight wall cartridge.
Right.
I might not want to shoot an AR, right, for whatever reason. I might not want to shoot a break open, or hey, I just want to shoot a lever action classic big woods deer gun. Right. There wasn't anything out there. And so that's what 360 Buckhammer was designed to do. Yeah, and like you said, it kicks like nothing. I mean, very similar to a 30-30. Yep. And you can, if you wanted to, cycle it. Yeah, very 100%. Easily. Feed function fire works really well. I don't know if a lot of folks know this, but if you look at 360 Buckhammer, it looks very similar to a 30-30 because we actually parent cased this cartridge off of a 30-30. What that means is our engineers started with a 30-30 and said, hey, the 30-30 came out in the, early 1900s, late 1800s. Cartridges are over 100 years old, right, or older. And so back then, the pressures they designed that cartridge for, they didn't have modern smokeless gunpowder, modern propellant that we have today, so they just couldn't get the same velocities. They couldn't get the same performance. So by using a 30-30 case, but getting rid of the bottleneck, we made it legal for those straight wall states. But we used modern gunpowder, right? Modern propellants to kind of up that velocity a little bit and that round performance. And so it's actually, Buckhammer's actually faster than a 30-30. It's faster than a 350 Legend. But again, totally legal and ideal, perfect for a lever gun with that rimmed round right there. A lot of fun to shoot.
Yeah, it's perfect length, right? So, also, NRA 2024 is a very special time for 360 Buckhammer.
That's right. That's right.
What did we just win?
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been here for 2 days. It feels like
No,
eternity.
I understand.
This was announced back in December, but every year NRA Publications, so the folks that run great magazines and websites like American Hunter, Shooting Illustrated, NRA Women, NRA Family, all these magazines and websites, they give out kind of an annual slate of awards every year. So the editors, the writers, they get together, and I mean, these folks, they got a good job, right? They shoot and they hunt a lot, and they test a lot of different ammo, a lot of different rifles. So every year they get together at the NRA show and they give out what they call a Golden Bullseye. So the Golden Bullseye Awards are chosen by a panel of these top shelf editors and writers that get together and say, hey, what are the best new products in the industry this year? So they have different categories, right? There's, best new optic, best new firearm, best new handgun, best new accessory, whatever it is. And they have a best new ammunition category in the American Hunter brand, and it was pretty cool to win that honor for a 360 Buckhammer for Remington.
Yeah, very exciting. I mean, brand new cartridge just won an NRA award. That's amazing.
It's a big deal, and it's because we really worked with the NRA folks, and we got this cartridge out in front of them and let them shoot the ammo, shoot the guns, try it out, hunt with it, really understand it a little bit. And so it's not just Remington saying, hey, this is something special. It's good to have somebody else really appreciate the cartridge and shoot it and love it as much as we do.
Yeah, for sure. And big things are coming.
That's right.
We're not done.
We got plenty more to talk about. Like I said, if they're making a lever gun these days in the industry, they're probably looking at bringing out a 360 Buckhammer lever gun, and it's kind of the year of the lever gun, right? Lots of folks are making new lever action rifles that have never made them before. Smith & Wesson has a really cool new lever action rifle out there, Aero Precision, right? A lot of folks know them as an AR company and an accessory company. They're making some great lever guns these days. Of course, classic Marlin used to be part of the Remington family. Now they're their own company underneath Ruger. They're bringing back all their great Marlin lever guns, and I'd love to see a Marlin 360 Buckhammer.
Yeah.
So you never know.
It's going to be great. I mean, I'm leaning towards a begin one.
Yeah.
You got to add one to my collection. So.
Yep. I've got a Henry 360 Buckhammer. I'll tack on a Rossi and a Traditions here, I'm pretty sure. And I might have to sneak those in. I'm kind of filling up the safe. So,
it's all right. I mean, you got a big one, so.
Yeah, I have a nice safe. It's a good safe.
So, yeah. Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, happy to be on. Happy to talk Buckhammer. And folks, we had a great NRA show. You can always keep up with Remington, right, on our website, on our social media channels. And been enjoying the podcast. Yeah, always fun. Well, thanks for listening, guys. There you have it. Remington is on the rise. Like, comment, subscribe, and be sure to share this podcast with your hunting or shooting buddies. If you want to get a hold of me or Mr. Hodgdon here, you can email us at podcast@remington.com. Thanks for listening.